Well, good evening, race fans. Sorry that we're a little bit late, a little bit of technical difficulties, power outages with some storms rolling on through. But we finally made it to the North Wilkesboro Speedway for round number 9 for the Outlaw Super Series here tonight. And let's take a look at your current grid as they've already gone through qualifying. We'll take a look at the current point standings once we get into it. Let's take a look at those point standings coming in or the grid here tonight for not the GP diecast. This is HGC Throwback 100. All types of difficulties here tonight, but we got Alexander Sire in the 08 on the pole, and outside of him, the 45 of Casey Bietti. Luke Baldwin will roll off on the inside of row number 3, and to his outside will be Jack Baldwin in 07. Then is Tristan Newman and the Ricky Craven Throwback here on Throwback night in car number 50, and outside of him, the 51 of Dean Thompson. Jacob York will roll off 7th, and Blaine Harrison on the outside of row number 4. On the inside of row number 5 will be car number 9. This is Brody Marinko. Brian Lofton will roll off on the outside of that row number 5. Rolling off 11th on tonight's grid will be car number 24. This is Bryson Brinkley. Eli Lewis will roll off 12th. 13th will go to Cade Brown. Braxton DeWeese. 14th, Justin Elvis, Joshua Siegfried, and the number 10 of Brendan Carroll. That is your 17-car starting field. And just like that, they were under the way here tonight at the race here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, being brought to you by HGC Motorsports, and it is the Throwback 100. We'll take a look at some of these great looking throwback schemes here tonight as we get ready to go green flag racing. Once again, everybody, welcome into the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Al Smith, and I'll be bringing you all of tonight's racing action as we get ready to go green flag, this time off of turn number 4. 100 laps of action coming at you. We hope you are ready to go here tonight. Green flag is up and we are underway. Down here in the turn number 1, it will be the 08 of Sire jumping out to your race lead as they work down the backstretch for the first time. Up off the corner, number 4, lap 1 going to go into the books. One car sideways, that's the 97 of York. York will go around. Big pile up down here in the turn number 1 at the completion of lap number 1. That's the 97 of Jacob York in a throwback scheme. The 97, beautiful looking Ford Mustang. The 07, that's Jack Baldwin involved as Alexander Sire is your race leader here in that number 08. Yellow flag coming out here, and we'll take a quick look here as we get the chat up and running. Hopefully everybody's welcoming on in here tonight to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Once again, apologize on behalf of everybody here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. A little bit of a power outage, about 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and that has got us a little delayed here on the start of this one, but it's going to be a great 100 laps of racing here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And this track is one of those tracks that, well, you got to have fun here when you're racing here, and we welcome everybody on in. Let's take a look at the current point standings as promised as they came in here tonight to racing action. It is Braxton DeWeese up on the front of this one with Jacob York in second, Brendan Carroll third, Joshua Siegfried in that number 12 car, and Eli Lewis running out your top 5 cars here tonight. A little housekeeping. Everybody gets 2 backup cars back there behind them as we still are underneath the yellow flags. show on your current point standings. So that will go away as the lights are out on top of the pace car, and that means we're going to go green flag racing this time. Up off of turn number 4, and it'll be Alexander Sire and the number 17 of Luke Baldwin. Up on the front of this one is the 51 of Dean Thompson, Blaine Harrison, and that number 7, and the outside row number 2. Green flag is up, and we are back underway. Down here in the turn number 1, side by side, using the outside. Blaine Harrison's going to make a move around Thompson as the top 2 go single file. Now we got trouble down the backstretch once again. Big trouble. As the 4 of Justin Elvis was involved in there. I believe Brian Lofton also in that number 4. Another car spinning around. That would be the 3 of Eli Lewis. Getting the cars all pointed in the right direction. And just like that, out of this one, looks like Lofton has pulled the 23 behind pit wall along with the number 10 of Brendan Carroll and Joshua Siegfried. Your 3 cars out of it. Your points leader, Braxton DeWeese, down 4 laps already, missing the start of this one. Had almost over a 30-point lead coming into tonight's racing action. Next week, the season finale at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And that is all being brought to you by HGC Motorsports. Can't thank them enough here for sponsoring the limited Outlaw, or the limited iRacing series, the Outlaw Super Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's been a pleasure to bring you the action all season long. So we'll do this one more time. Let's take a look at our blimp cam presented tonight by our great friends at Premier Dental Arts, Premier Service, Premier Products, one of the great sponsors here of the Outlaw Super Series, as they are going into the restart zone, and Alexander Sire going to jump on the loud pedal first, and he'll win the drag race down here in the turn number 1. Down the backstretch, they will come one car going sideways. That was a 50 of Tristan Newman in yellow flag. Comes back out in a matter of a corner and a half. Tristan Newman going to go around there as the yellow flag comes out. Let's take a look back here. Might be a little bit of slight contact there. We caught that one a little bit deep there in the back. Let's go back a little bit further on the restart. Take a look here from the tower. Going down into the corner. Well, just got loose on entry, and that is easy to do here. And that will bring out the yellow flag, as that car was sideways. So the quick yellow flag by our chief flagger will bring out the yellow flag. Well, and that helps one man, the one man only. That is Braxton DeWeese. So that'll put Deweese now already getting 2 laps back, so don't count him out. He's your points leader for a reason. And if he does have a bad night, well, you can throw that one away. They get one drop here in the Outlaw Super Series. But you prefer not to use it unless you have to. You'd rather throw out a good one instead of a bad one. Want to welcome everybody on in here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up here on the YouTube side and on Facebook. Let these drivers know that you appreciate their efforts that they are doing. Let's take a look here. Braxton Lewis in the GP diecast number 15. The 24. That is Bryson Brinkley in his first start of the season. Right there in front of him, Jack Baldwin in the first start as well in the iRacing number 07. Justin Elvis in the number 4 made a handful of starts this season on a part-time basis. Glad to see Justin out in the field with us tonight. Tristan Newman as well. Brody Marinko in the 67. Up front, it is going to be Alexander Sire jumping on the gas pedal first, and he'll win the drag race down here in the turn number 1. They go on board with the PG down to the Luke Baldwin automobile coming up the back and rolling on the front now. Driver out of Mooresville, North Carolina, trying to chase down the 08 Sire. Oh, one car sideways back there. I believe that was the 99. We'll take a look and get a driver's name on that. His registry is still a little bit. I believe that was Dean Thompson in the 51. That was sideways. Right there in front of him, the 16, the Cade Brown. That's who it was in the Cade Brown Racing number 99. Good action back here towards the back of the back. Eli Lewis involved. Mixing it up back here with Baldwin in the 07. The 15 of Deweese working underneath the 24 of Brinkley. That is not for position. As you see on your timing and scoring, Deweese still down 2 laps to your race leader. And we have 3 cars out of the race. Lofton, Carroll, and Siegfried all out of the race. A tough break for Carroll. Talking to him before we went live. And was unable to get to the trailer here to the racetrack. And we're going to miss him on the racetrack. Always a great competitor. We'll see him next week in the season finale. Up front, though, things are still tight. It is the 76 of Baldwin. 17 on your timing and scoring. Running 1-2. Right back here, a little battle for your third spot. Cade Brown going to go underneath the 7 of Harrison. Harrison up the racetrack, gets the outside wall. Thompson gives him a little tunk down the back stretch. Says, here you go, buddy. Let's help you get going a little bit better here tonight. Down the front stretch they come, putting lap number 23 into the books, working lap 24. Still side by side back here. Tristan Newman going to take a peek to the inside. Can't do anything with that run. But meanwhile, Thompson going to swing it to the inside as they come off the corner. Casey Bietti starting to roll forward, and that 45 as yellow flag will fly. Trouble for the 3 of Eli Lewis has gone around, bringing out our 4th yellow flag of the evening. Let's take a look back here and see what happened to Lewis in the Premier Dental Arts. Number 3 goes down in the corner. Oh, comes down on the nose of the 15 of Deweese, and around will go to 3. That will negate, unless they do a manual pass, that will negate the free pass for Braxton Deweese. I do believe. iRacing scored will let us know what happens with that, but I believe that'll keep Deweese 2 laps down. Usually if you make contact with a car or involved with the yellow flag, well, that will negate you getting the pass to get on by. So we will see what happens. With that already a quarter of the race done, it is the 08 of Alexander Sire up on the front of this one out of Concord, North Carolina. So a lot of these drivers had a home game here tonight. Is your current leader, making his first start of the season. Luke Baldwin on the outside of the 76. Then it is Cade Brown in the 99. Restart third. Fourth starting spot will go to Casey Bietti in that 45. Then it's the 51 of Cade Brown. Blaine Harrison, Tristan Newman, and Jacob York. 67 of Jack Baldwin. Back there as well. Green flag is up. We're back underway. Down here in the turn number 1 they go side by side for your race lead, and we'll see, will the 76 get a run down the backstretch up in the outside wall contact. Bietti's going to go for a spin. In big trouble down here on the backstretch as the 76 of Luke Baldwin made contact with the wall. Bietti made an evasive move trying to stay off of him, and the cars down low could not see the trouble on the outside. And yellow flag will be flown once again. A little bit late here to the party, but you can see the 35 and the 51 down on the infield after hard contact with the outside wall. As we come back to live pictures here, Bietti going to come down pit road, and I'm pretty sure that car will be replaced. Cade Brown is going to be on the outside now. New dancing partner for Sire to take and try to fend off. 76 of Baldwin going to get shuffled back to third. He got the outside wall and caused that big mess down the backstretch just because everybody trying to evade him. Didn't cause it per se. Everybody trying to make some evasive moves to get by him. Green flag is back up and we're back underway. Down into the corner they come. It'll be side by side back there for your second, third spot. Here comes Blaine Harrison with a drag race. And just like that, the yellow silk will fall out of the hands. And we are back underneath. The yellow flag here is Eli Lewis. Has gone around once again. Having a tough go of it early on in this one for Lewis. Always one of those drivers that always sneak up and get a top 5 at the end of these races. But North Wilkesboro not being kind to the Premier Dental Arts number 3. Well, while we got a moment, we want to take and thank everybody for tuning on in here tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, and we are watching the Outlaw Super Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and it is brought to you by BG Racing. Braden Godden Racing. Give them a follow and a like. We can't thank them for everything they do behind the scenes here for the Outlaw Super Series. Premier Dental Arts, Premier Service, Premier Products. BG Designs, BGRacingDesigns.com is where you need to head for your great looking race car. If you need a paint job done, head on over to BG Racing Designs and tell them that the Outlaw Super Series sent you. Also, I'd like to thank W Energy. Use code ROUNDY85 for 10% off. Proud sponsor of the race. Along with GP Diecast, we want to thank GP Diecast for being a sponsor of the Outlaw Super Series here tonight. as we get ready to go back green flag racing, this time off of turn number 4. Sire will jump on the gas pedal. The 99 Cade Brown a little bit relaxed on the restart. Side by side though back there. Tristan Newman going to get to the back side. Around will go Blaine Harrison around. And just like that, as they were playing a little crutch, Thompson has gone around as well on the back stretch. Let's take a look here and see what happened to bring out the 7. See him down there, down low, and Newman was down there in that Budweiser number 50 Ricky Craven car. And around will go the Kid Tire number 7 to bring out the yellow flag. Well, for you fans out there of Braxton Deweese, I want to thank Braxton Deweese and all his users out there. As we close in on the halfway point of this one here tonight, it has been all Alexander Sire up on the front row. He's going to lead to the green flag once again. Green flag is back out. We're back underway. Sire gets a clean start down in the corner. Then it is back here. Brown and Baldwin side by side. Tristan Newman involved in a wreck once again. Eli Lewis can't catch a break. He's down on the infield as well. And the yellow flag is out. Here is the field. Slows one more time. Well, we got a moment. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You are watching the Outlaw Super Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back here to Haven't Missed Anything. The lights just going out on top of the pace car as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Sire and Brown on the front of this one. Baldwin and York. Jacob York with a nice rebound. Saw him in trouble early on in this one. Already finds himself here in spot number 4, and it's the 67 of Jack Baldwin. Outside of him, the 67 of Brody Marinko and the 07 of Baldwin. Green flag is back out, and Sire going to get a clean start once again. Who will clear the 99 of Brown. Brown with a little bit of momentum down the backstretch, staping it close in tow. The 08 of Sire down on the inside. He'll lead this one car sideways. That's back there. That's the 24 of Bryson Brinkley. And we stay green. The 4 of Justin Elvis has to hit the hooks. And so far, we stay green. Up on the front of this one, it's Sire. Still leading it single file, but you got to go back a little bit farther. Back here to see Brody Marinko. He was side by side with the 0-7 of Baldwin. Now tucks it back in line. And right there behind him, cracking the top 10. Oh, I was just about to talk to him as the 15 of Braxton Deweese got sideways, catches it, and will fall out back to the 10th spot as Newman will go by him on the outside. Good rebound by the 15 of Deweese as he'll take over that 9th spot and look to chase back down Casey Bietti as all eyes up on the front of this one. Nine of Brown back there as well. Trying to find, oh, Brody Marinko, hang on to it. He'll be facing northbound here as the 67 of Brody Marinko. Gonna spin around. Don't believe he hit anything. Let's take a look back here and see. Coming down into the corner, Marinko. Gonna get on the gas pedal and around she'll go. Just kissing the inside retaining wall here on the front stretch. We'll pull back out. That'll be a nice save for the 24 of Brinkley and Justin Elvis as those two drivers were there. Another retiree is the 51 of Dean Thompson. Has brought their car behind pit wall, so damage is too severe on the 51 of Thompson to continue on. As we see two drivers coming down pit road, Casey Biedio and Braxton Deweese going to come down, make some adjustments on their race car. So just past the halfway, this is what your top five looks like. Alexander Sire is your race leader, has led all 51 laps so far. Cade Brown runs second. Third spot will go to Luke Baldwin. Jacob York is fourth. Jack Baldwin fifth. Blaine Harrison sixth. Seventh spot will go to Tristan Newman. Eighth spot, Eli Lewis. Ninth spot will go to Bryson Brinkley. And rounding out your top 10, the driver that just went through the spin cycle, the 67 of Brody Marinko. Sire is your race leader as they roll through the corner. Lights are out around the speedway. That means one and one thing only. We're going to go back green flag racing this time. Green flag back out. A good start. Here comes Cade Brown. Was ready for this one. They work down the backstretch. Drag race uphill into turn number 3. We had Baldwin in that 76 trying to figure out which lane is going to go forward. Harrison up the racetrack. Tristan Newman gets a little bumper tag back there. His will settle it out, but still up front. Cade Brown putting the nose out in front as they work down the backstretch for the second time since their restart. Brown with a little bit of momentum on the outside as they work through the corner. But off of turn number 4, it will be Sire still leading the way. Dead heat, though, in the turn number 1 as they go in wheel to wheel off of turn number 2. Sire down low, really trying to get the momentum. You want the inside line here. Oh, maybe a little bit of hip check into the corner to the 99 of Brown. Up the racetrack to 76, so Baldwin will get sideways. That causes the check up, and Eli Lewis has crashed hard into the inside retaining wall here on the front stretch with the Premier Dental Works. Premier Dental Arts number 3. And just like that, the yellow flag is out here for the 10th time with 42 laps remaining. Let's take a look and see what happened. The Lewis is working back here. Braxton Deweese right there behind him. They come off the corner. Lewis just going to lose it off the corner, trying to get the horsepower down. And around he'll go and into the inside retaining wall. Next week, the season championship will be decided at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Once again, being brought to you by HEC Motorsports. Can't thank them enough for their sponsorship here tonight. Lights stay on. We're going to take one moment. We'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Bowling brings people together.
Right down the middle. You got it. Uh-oh. Good job.
See what you can do, man.
Oh. Wait.
That's a strike right there.
Woo!
Connect with family and friends. Go bowling.
And we are back here in what is going to be an exciting shootout to the end. It has been the 08 of Alexander Sire as your race leader. Set fast time here tonight comes in. First race of the season. Looking to go to victory lane and be batting a 100% batting average if he can hold on to it. Season regulars are right there in row number 2. Jacob Yorkie and Blaine Harrison hungry there. Is Harrison really ready to go? He'll cut it down in front of York. York will hit the hooks to get there side by side. Hang on to her off of turn number 2. Everybody will do so, but it'll be Deweese working the outside of the racetrack. York down low. Here comes the 07 of Jack Baldwin. Baldwin gets loose, gets the inside retaining wall. So far, we stay green. York up the racetrack. That's going to put Deweese up the racetrack as well. So York down the back stretch. Deweese and Marinko swapping some paint through the turns, that corner. Hang on to it, Brinkley. Brinkley, we got it there. His yellow flag will come out as the 07 sits sideways in turn number 2. See what happens to the 07. Gets it back going, hits the inside wall, and then drives straight in the outside retaining wall, and then sits there to bring out a yellow flag. So that is what happened to Baldwin. And that will mean that the leaders will all come down pit road, get some fresh tires on those cars. Braxton Deweese, though, is going to be now your race leader. Luke Baldwin second. Tristan Newman in that number 50 will ride third. Fourth spot to Eli Lewis. Justin Elvis is in 5th. And then your most laps led being won here tonight by Alexander Sire in that number 08. He will restart 6 with some fresh tires. Is everybody getting lined up here? As we get ready to go back green flag racing and what should be another lap. Braxton Deweese is your current high points man coming into tonight's racing action with just 1 week going to be remaining after this week. The GP diecast. Number 15 jumps on the gas pedal. Green flag is back up. And it was Luke Baldwin in that 76 ready to go as well. They'll work off a turn number 2 and up the back stretch. And Baldwin's going to scrape the outside retaining concrete. Tristan Newman rolls in there. Here comes Sire already up to 4th, going for 3rd. His up front pressure is on your race leader, the 15 of Deweese. Cuts down there, slams the door on the 76 of Luke Baldwin. Baldwin trying to find a way to get by the 15. Deweese has been hard to pass. Once taken over to read the green or yellow flag here. It looks like the 3 of Eli Lewis. His night is continued. Cade Brown also involved with that. Let's take a look and see what happened. We watched the number 3 of Lewis working through there. Birdie Marinko. Oh, in front of him, Marinko. The 3 gets around. And then Cade Brown got loose off the corner as well. So let's watch that one from our blimp cam. See Brown just lose it up off the corner and around he will go. And that coverage is presented by Premier Dental Arts, Premier Service, Premier Products. So that'll bring out that yellow flag there. Let's take a look back at the Eli Lewis wreck. Brody Marinko really wraps the bottom there and come out the corner and just they met going for the same real estate. And the 3 will go around as well. Lights go out, the top of the pace car. We're going to go back green flag racing with just 26 laps to go. Braxton Deweese, Luke Baldwin up on the front row. Alexander Sire and Tristan Newman. Green flag and the 15 of Deweese. Oh, Newman's going to get tapped and around will go. Trouble down here on the front stretch. And Newman, everything getting jacked up there. Maybe the 15 of Deweese spun the tires on that star. Let's take a look back here and see what happened. Coming to the green flag. A little bit of bumper tag there, and the 50 had to check up, and York nowhere to go. Not anticipating that. Turns the 50. The yellow flag will come out. The race leader is the 15, Braxton Deweese. Up on the front of the field, right outside of him, will be the 27 or the 76, but 17 on your scoring rundown. Is in second. Third is York Marinko up to the 4th position. 5th spot will go to the 4 of Justin Elvis. Bryson Brinkley in car number 24 runs in 6th. 7th spot is Eli Lewis. Cade Brown is 8th. Blaine Harrison 9th, and Tristan Newman running out your top 10. Alexander Sire, your 11th and final car onto the racetrack. Everybody else is out. Green flag is up, and we are back underway. Down here in the turn number 1, single file through your top 3. Here comes Brinkley working the outside of the Speedway. Brown down low in the 99, trying to make it back up to the front of the field. So far, everybody doing a good job. Green flag is out. 21 circuits left to go. Around a half mile here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Up front, oh, side by side back here. Marinko got up the racetrack. That opens the inside line for Jacob York. York with a little bit of bumper tag from the 24 of Brinkley. They try to go 4 wide, and it's not going to work. Trouble, trouble, trouble here on the front stretch. Cade Brown sits backwards. The 7 of Harrison as well, as they get pointed into the right direction. And the yellow flag is out for the 14th time here tonight. They were almost 4 wide there when the yellow flag flew. Let's take a look back here and see. Let's go from our chopper camera. So the 15 of Deweese still showing as your race leader. Luke Baldwin runs in second. Brody Marinko up to the 3rd position. Alexander Zire, after going involved in that one wreck, all the way back inside the top 5, avoiding the wreck right there. Will restart in spot number 4. As we get ready to go back, green flag racing. Braxton Deweese, your race leader, will come off the corner. Green flag is up, and Deweese going to lead them down to the turn number 1. Deweese will put the GP diecast number 15 up in front. Here comes Baldwin, though, trying to do the crossover move off turn number 2. Can't make it happen in the turn number 3. Yellow flag. We're slowed once again. For the 15th time is the 50 of Tristan Newman has taken a trip through the spin cycle on what has not been a very fun throwback night for the number 50. Down in the corner inside the 7 of Harrison, tries to stay off of him, and while doing so just goes around, does make no contact, so no harm, no foul. We're just back underneath the yellow flag here for the 15th time tonight. Braxton Deweese up on the front of this one. Baldwin second. Sire and Lewis make up row number 2. Then it's Marinko and Harrison. As we get ready to go back, green flag racing. Green is up. We are back underway. Through turns 1 and 2, they come and off of the corner. Still a great race there. Deweese down low. Marinko sideways. Will save it. Somehow he saves it as they work off the corner. The 15 of Deweese will hold on to your race lead. Baldwin and Sire now side by side as they work through turns 1 and 2. The 0-8 trying to make his way back to the front. This time by the flagman will raise up both hands, showing them 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go in the HGC Motorsports Throwback 100. Deweese showing the way in the 0-8. The Sire runs second now. This is going to be the battle for your race lead, and now the yellow flag will come out once again. Here's the 3 of Lewis has gone around. And that will slow us for the 16th time. Braxton Deweese is your race leader. Your current high points man. A win here tonight could all but lock it up headed into tomorrow or next Sunday night's season finale at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 75 laps of action, 7:45 post time next Saturday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Good to see Carrie out there. Thank you, Carrie, for tuning on in here to Turn 3 Racing Network. Let's see if we can get some more of those thumbs up here. Well, sitting at 2 right now. These drivers deserve more than that. See if we can get that number up there a little bit. Deweese is your race leader. 7 laps to go. We'll have at least one more lap of pacing. On board the BG Designs onboard camera. Sire is second. Third is Luke Baldwin. Fourth, Blaine Harrison. Fifth, Jacob York. As this time by, we should go to the white flag. It will be one lap until we go back green flag racing. The field starts to double up off turn number 4. Braxton Deweese looking for a win here tonight. That could definitely lock in his championship here for the Outlaw Super Series. Alexander Sire second, Luke Baldwin third, Blaine Harrison fourth, Jacob York your top 5. Green flag is up, and we are back underway. Down here in the turn number 1, Deweese going to jump out over their race lead as they come off the corner. Deweese will hold it down the backstretch. Sire pedaling as fast as he can. Into the corner they come. It'll be the numbers 15 of Braxton Deweese showing the way as they come across line. 4 laps to go. 4 to go for Deweese. Can he hold on to it? One car sideways. Everybody holds on to it back there. We stay green. Keeping the eyes at the front of this one. Sire right to the back bumper. Gives him a little bit of a tap. Deweese up the racetrack. Sire down low. A little bit of bump and run. Is it going to hold on to it? Down in the corner, side by side. More contact between your top 2. Deweese up the racetrack. Sire down low. Down the back stretch they come. This time by the popsicle sticks will fly. 2 laps to go for the number 08 of Sire. Sire will roll it through turns 1 and 2. The 76 of Baldwin trying to pedal as fast as he can as well. Baldwin down to the inside, can't make it stick that time. Deweese trying to close back in. Is the final trip around the speedway. It's the final lap. One more set of corners for the 08 of Sire. Can he hold on to it off the corner? Number 2 up the backstretch into turn 3 for the final time. Off a turn for the checkered flag is up. The 08 of Sire will pick up the HGC Throwback 100. Baldwin will come home second. DeWeese home in third. Blaine Harrison fourth. And Cade Brown rounding out your top 5. Jacob York will come home in the 6th spot. Bryson Brinkley will come home 7th. 8th, Justin Elvis. And Brody Marinko will round out your top 9 cars left on the racetrack. Everybody else down there, Eli Lewis will get credited with a 10th place finish here tonight. And just like that, we will head into our HGC Motorsports post-race show and see if we got anybody that's on here. We'll pull up the driver of the number 15 of Braxton DeWeese, and the 15 here down on front stretch. Coming home in the 3rd spot here tonight will be the 15 of Braxton DeWeese. And Braxton, I know they're at the end of the race there got kind of roughed up, but you're going to come home with that 3rd spot, and you're going to come home with would it be a good points night, and I think a chance at clinching your 2022 Outlaw Super Series championship here tonight. Braxton, how'd you do it here tonight? We saw you down 4 laps at one point, and you're going to come home with a podium finish.
Didn't really have much practice leading into this. I felt all right once we started getting more into the race. Just trying to be smooth and just trying to pick them off. I knew that there was going to be cautions, but they were going to be wrecking in front of me, so I just needed to make sure that I checked up and didn't really get my car as damaged as much. We were in a good spot there. Everybody pitted. I had already gotten tires. There was a bunch of cautions, so the tires didn't really mean anything for me at that point, as in how much they got worn down. It was kind of free game for the tires. There wasn't too much of a strategy with it. I know that the guys behind probably had fresher tires. If they didn't, then that's just me not having enough practice, not being up to speed enough. But we were in a good position there. Figured some cheeky shit like that was going to happen. It's a given that they're going to run over you without trying to pass you clean. So it is what it is. We're still good in points. Good points day with 3rd. Just wish it could have been a win. Just trying to get that win this year.
Well, you got one more week to do it. Next week we head to Charlotte for the season finale. 75 laps there. What's the outlook looking like there for your GP diecast number 15 and the whole team? I know you got a team effort behind you.
I believe we go to Richmond next, then Charlotte because we missed a week. But just trying to get a good points day again. Hopefully we can try to get the win next week or something. Get it to where we can have a good race at the end without having to hit someone twice for it. But looking forward to next week. Hopefully, like I said, we can get another good points day and hopefully lock that championship up.
All right, well, before we let you roll on out, we know you got a slew of guys to thank that work behind the scenes to make this all possible for you.
For sure. Definitely want to thank the sponsor on the hood and on the side of the car, Glenn Productions of GP Diecast. Like I always say, they have all your diecast needs, 124 scale, 164 scale, and the 1/18 scale for the sprint cars and the Indy cars. So if you want any of your World of Outlaw sprint cars, World of Outlaw late models, Indy cars, NASCARs, go to GP Diecast, www.gpdiecast.com. He'll hook you up nice and smooth with the delivery, and it's nice and fast as well. I also want to thank Allen's Art Images, Blaze Designs, Bennett's Publical, Joe Schmidt Auto Group, Ravenwood Enterprise, Scrubbing Tires Podcast, Midwest World Fabrications, NASCAR Technical Institute, and a huge thanks to Reaper Speed Lab. Looking forward to the rest of this year with them, doing open races and trying to learn open setups, trying to get prepared for Road to Pro next year. So we'll see what we can do.
Well, congratulations, Braxton. We'll talk to you in 1 week's time. Have a good week.
You as well. Thank you.
That's Braxton DeWeese, car number 15, as we'll come home in the 3rd spot, and we'll move up 1 spot better on the slot here, and that will go to the number 76 of Luke Baldwin. And Luke, we're standing on here 1 spot shy, but your race was anything but uneventful. Talk us through your, well, I'll call it an eventful night. You showed a lot of speed there, just ran out of time at the end.
Yeah, I was just riding around the first couple laps trying to save my tire, but unfortunately I did the opposite, burnt the right rear off. So I decided to short pit. Going against all my teammates, I decided to short pit, and it ended up working out. But with all these cautions and all these people just wrecking each other and not being able to get a green flag run at the end, I just couldn't get to the point where I needed to be. But yeah.
Well, it was like you said, an eventful night here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway on HGC Motorsports Throwback Night. You're going to come home second spot. I believe this was your first start of the season, this season with the Outlaw Super Series. So we thank you for your attendance here. And, well, who you got to thank here tonight that made it all possible for a podium run?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, everyone that helped me along the way. I'd like to thank Alexander Sear for making this beautiful paint for me to show off tonight. And let's see, who else? I'd like to thank you for putting on a great broadcast. The guys that put on this league, Braxton DeWeese for not taking me out when Alexander Sear kind of roughed him up a little bit. And I'd say Jonathan Finley for coaching me all the way through this race.
Well, congratulations, Luke, and we hope to see you on the racetrack in 1 week's time when we head to the season finale at Charlotte.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, thank you.
That's Luke Baldwin, driver of the number 76. Will come home second spot here. Now we have made it into HGC Motorsports Victory Lane, and that is right here with none other than the man who's that fast time here tonight in the 08. Led the most laps and going to come home with your race win. This is Alexander Sear. And Alexander, what an eventful race. You lead to halfway point, decide to come down pit road, and then it took a while to get back to the front. How intense was the racing out there tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway?
For starters, I mean, we qualified pole and just rode up front yellow after yellow. And once it came time to pit, we came out first out of the pits, but had to start like 6 or something. So we came out of the pit, started 6, then just kept on trying to get to the front, pick them off one by one, and then ended up getting caught up in a restart and got wrecked. But came from the back again, tried making it as clean as possible, and we ended up coming home with a win.
You're going to come home with a win, and I believe what has been your first start of the season. I believe this is the first time we've seen the 08 out on the circuit with the Outlaw Super Series. So going to have that 100% batting average leaving North Wilkesboro. We saw a lot of good side-by-side racing all the way through the field here. North Wilkesboro, one of those tracks that can provide some good side-by-side racing, and well, you guys provided it here tonight, and an exciting finish there. Talk us through those last couple laps of the battle between you and Braxton DeWeese.
Well, I felt like that we definitely had a better car, but it wasn't that huge of a margin, so it was either a now or never type of move, because, I mean, we're racing out there for a win, so I felt if I didn't make the move then I wouldn't have came home with a win, so I had to make it.
Well, you're going to come home with that win. A nice sweep of the evening, setting fast time and qualifying, like I said, and leading the most laps. You're going to win here tonight at the North Wilkesboro Speedway and HGC Motorsports Throwback 100. I see you got some sponsors on the side of that 08. Who makes it all possible for you to put this car in victory lane here tonight?
Just all my teammates and Elite Performance Industries. I mean, I got a shout out to Luke Baldwin for running me clean there. I love that kid. He's amazing.
Well, congratulations, Alexander. We hope to see you in 1 week's time at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the season finale. But if we don't, it's been a pleasure talking with you here tonight in Victory Lane. And go enjoy this win. And we'll see you next time on the racetrack.
Yeah, man, thank you.
That's your race winner tonight, the 08 of Alexander Sear, picking up the HGC Motorsports 100 win here tonight. And we'll take a look here quickly at your unofficial results. It'll say the wrong race because it is. This was the HCC Motorsports 100, but it was Alexander Sear picking up the win. Luke Baldwin finished second. Braxton Deweese, Blaine Harrison, and Cade Brown. Jacob York will come home 6th. 7th spot will go to Bryson Brinkley, Justin Elvis, Brody Marenko, and Eli Lewis, your top 10. Everybody else out of the race, Casey Bietti will get credit to 11th. Dean Thompson, 12th. Brian Lofton, Tristan Newman, Jack Baldwin, Joshua Siegfried, and Brendan Carroll will round out your 17-car field. Well, just like that, we have 1 week to go. The Charlotte Motor Speedway is our destination just up the road, and we'll be there next Sunday night. But for everybody behind the scenes, we thank you for tuning on in here tonight to the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's been a pleasure bringing you all the action. Remember, my name is Upstate Al, and you've been watching the Outlaw Super Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Until next week, keep it wheels down, and we'll see you at the races.